Upper left is myself with my grandmother in Hornosen, my first trip over there in 1945. The next picture across is myself in Czechoslovakia, where we ended up. So also is the third picture, the up across the top. The second one is in Czechoslovakia, where we ended the war. Also the one below that, those next two are taken in Czechoslovakia, right near a field where they had a big red cross laid out in the field. Picture B was taken there. Elsie Douglas and Robert Jackson are by a small car that we used on some of our Sunday trips out in the country. Below that is myself, and I think I'm right outside the window of Firth Dambach. The picture with Elsie and Bob Jackson and Bill Jackson is at Firth Dambach, out on the patio.
This would have been a Sunday kind of getaway type of thing?
Right, right. And the next, on page 2, 3 vertical pictures where I'm holding an eagle at Berchtesgaden. Top picture is me sitting in the big car.
That's Ribbentrop's car.
Von Ribbentrop, 16-cylinder Mercedes, yeah, with the top down. 2 pictures underneath are at King Ludwig's castle, south of Munich, where I'm cavorting with Aphrodite there in a sculpture in the water.
That's when you were a sergeant.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's page 3. You got, looks like Colonel Gill and John Vanettis and Jackson and another secretary ready to board a plane. The next picture across the top is Jackson and Douglas on a walk, probably at Rothenburg. The picture on the upper right is a picture of our house at Firth Dambach. The front room closest to us is what my room was. There's Jackson is standing by himself at the airport. He's also standing in a picture by the same bridge that's a picture above here, on a walk, on a Sunday walk, probably around Rothenburg. There's an alpine picture here, which I think is around Berchtesgaden. 2 pictures of St. Lawrence Church in Nuremberg, which was largely spared from a lot of destruction. And there are 2 pictures of getting on board. I think this was when they were flying to Paris. And there's Elsie and Jackson. And here is Bill Jackson as well there. On the next side, I'm pictured with a 4-star general, 5-star general jacket. And the picture below is, can't think of Major's name, I can't think of his name, standing we're at the border with Italy, Austria and Italy, after we were on the Innsbruck trip there. Top 2 pictures are of Rothenburg and the Palace of Justice, and I'm not sure what the bottom one is. 3 big pictures on the left on page 4 are Innsbruck, the trip to Innsbruck. The picture on the right is Ludwig's Castle. The same as the middle picture, that's Ludwig's Castle. You see Bob Jackson there, Bill Jackson, Elsie Douglas, John Vanettis has his back toward us. And this bottom right picture is on a trip to Innsbruck, too, just going through a village.
These again are all pictures you took.
These are all pictures I took, yeah, most of them. Yeah, I think I could do them all. The fountain is at King Ludwig's Castle. The bottom picture is Nice. We're on our way to Rome. The arched way, I'm quite sure it was Rothenburg. St. Peter's Basilica in Rome on the bottom is quite obvious. Pictures of Dachau. There's just one picture of Dachau with the empty coffin there. The picture of the three crosses are at Oberammergau, the place where they have every 10th year Passion Play.
Right.
Nothing was going on that year. Two pictures of the airplanes were, I think, on our way back to this country. Or one of those flights, I'm not sure if that's it. The picture on the bottom right is at Nice.
Okay, just curious, out of Oberammergau, did they have the Passion Play during the time the Nazis were in rule?
I don't know.
It seemed inconsistent.
I don't know, yeah.
But anyway, just
I
curious.
believe they didn't at the time we were there. The next page has got 5 pictures of Rome. The St. Peter's, and I think it's Trajan's Arch, and just a picture of crocuses on the ground. Another picture of St. Peter's on the next day, and the others are pictures of our family, my mom and dad, and my older sister Rita. And then in the middle picture, my brother Joseph and Gertrude are there. That's all that's here. So there are still some pages missing, like the picture of Jackson gutting off the deer. So I'll have to do some more searching at home and find out where they are.
We got one more scrapbook. And you're in this one. Now, this was a scrapbook that you put together?
Yes, the pictures most of the pictures were given to me by Charles Alexander. But there's a commercial picture of Nuremberg in good days, tinted. They just had black and white pictures, but they tinted them to color, and a picture of the destruction of Jerusalem, of Nuremberg rather, showing the same bridge, and an aerial view of the Palace of Justice. And you see quite a bit of the destruction in the city beyond, and how the roof of the Palace of Justice had been repaired from bomb damage. In the lower picture, the picture of the prison wing of the Palace of Justice. That's where the accused, the defendants were. There's a court picture showing how the judges, and this was an early picture because of the way the drapes are early on in the proceedings, but the judges are all sitting in their rows as duplicates. Judges and their alternates were all there. You can see their headphones and a few stenographers in the front row. Later pictures would show some refinement in the architecture and the drapes and all. The next is a copy of a picture with the defendant's dock all standing as the court session began, and the guards, the MPs standing behind them. The elevator door is right behind the middle guard where they entered and returned. There's a picture, a copy of a picture of Robert Jackson. A big fold out of the documents, the witnesses. There was the evidence. Well, now that's the indictment's finished. Now where can we put the war criminals? Because they had the whole room all covered. The Sunday Dispatch, I think it was a London paper that did that. There's an autographed picture of Jackson to Moritz with the friendship and good wishes of Robert H. Jackson, Nuremberg, July 16th, 46. Another picture of the Palace of Justice, the wing going over toward the prison. There's the main entrance of the Palace of Justice. Jackson's room were just above the middle of those windows. He had, I think, probably 3 windows. The left 3 windows on the second floor there. Another early picture of the tribunal with some kind of a poster showing of the organizational structure. And here's a picture of the courtroom with Dodd is at the podium making a case, and Jackson is there. I don't see Elsie Douglas there in that picture. And I'm sitting over in the corner.
Is that your normal location?
Right, somewhere over there, any one of those chairs.
Yeah.
And this next picture is also showing me with these little pointer indicators show right where I am. The prosecution had 5 tables there. That's page 12. On page 13, this is Leyhausen, I believe, giving his witness, and he's being interviewed by a German lawyer. Here on page 14, I'm shown was early in the court, and you can see the court room is quite simply laid out compared to later arrangements, and I'm still wearing my military uniform, military insignia there.
Now, did Charles Alexander seek you out to give you those things, or did you
He
seek
did.
him?
Yeah, he offered them to me. Yeah. Here's a picture of the American prosecution table with Dodd sitting in front. I think it's Amell and Gill. And there's Jackson and Douglas. I can recognize their face, but I'll put a name on
That's
there.
Harris,
That's Harris, okay.
and that's Meltzer, if you remember.
Okay,
That's Bernie
okay.
Meltzer. And another reason I know that is
There's
that's
Colonel
the
Gill.
picture that we used.
There's Gill. General Gill. That's Dodd. I think Amen, I think it was Amen or Shea.
Shea had left by then.
He left, okay. This is the Russian table, and the French table. He got in a fight too, apparently, with a bandage on his head.
Too much vodka the night before.
On page 17, he gave me this one because my picture was quite prominent in there. Sitting with headphones.
Did you use the headphones a lot?
Yeah, most of the time when I was in there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could obviously hear what was going on verbatim, but you could also switch the dial to German, French, or Russian, whatever. And they were translating from those languages.
How much of a delay was there in that
It was
translation?
very quick. They had 12 translators in 4 different cubicles, and whatever language was being spoken was immediately being translated into whatever language they're supposed to represent in that corner now. They just picked that up from San Francisco from the United Nations meeting. Picture. It's interesting that several of these pictures are when Dodd's at the podium. The Jackson's right there behind him.
Were you in court a lot?
I would say yes, but I don't know what percentage of the time it actually was.
Yeah.
Whenever he was there, I was there.
Yeah. I'm just curious whether Jackson actually appeared much while they were putting on the prosecution case. It seemed like that was just a ton of documents.
Mm-hmm. He certainly did not feel confined to be there.
Right.
Yeah. On page 19 or 20, there's a Christmas greeting that was sent out as sort of the focus of the judges and the stenographers and the lawyers and the accused and the translators to sort of showed what really was there. That's the picture of the lay who's in giving testimony there. Then there's a Christmas card with Jackson there. This is at First Downbach. I should have written all Gordon. I recognize Gordon here, and Colonel Gill, and Jackson, and Douglas, and Bill. I can recognize their names very much. They're their faces, but I can't put names to all of them now. There's John Vanetti's in the middle over here. Or Jackson complimenting the chief judge on his getting that tie. There's General Gill. Christmas scene again. There's Jackson with, who's that Navy officer again? You know that one? I don't think I know.
Whitney Harris.
Whitney Harris?
Right.
Okay. That was,
Very nice.
I want every member of the staff to know how deeply I appreciate the diligent, loyal, and intelligent work that has been done under great difficulty in preparing and presenting our case. I hope all may enjoy a well-earned respite and wish to each a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Robert Jackson. That was the form letter he sent out to everybody. And here you got a picture of the military staff, including myself, Ralph, and Bob Blasnick, and these 3 guys who were cooks. 2 drivers and 3 cooks. Page 24. Then here's certificate of commendations where he's pinning a medal on me. And is the date on it? 28th of June, 46. That's it.
It's terrific.
Right.
What memories? You tired?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get you
Tired
back.
when it started, so I had to be tired now.
No, I don't. You got a big day tomorrow, so I'll let you.
Like
I'm
that.
sorry.
So there'll be a few more pages of that stuff.
Delighted you. Aren't you glad you took the photos when you took them?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to wear you down here, so have a good night's rest. And
Compliments to you on getting this thing started and having such good luck in it.
thank you.
Yeah. You are certainly being blessed.
That's thank you. I feel as such. And we're certainly on a wonderful run right now.